Expansion of ASEAN-China Free Trade Pact questioned amid summit. October 10, 2024. As Laos hosts this year's summit of the Association of Southeast Asian Nations, Beijing is calling for additions to its free trade agreement with the regional forum that focus on smart cities, 5G, artificial intelligence and e-commerce. Ahead of the ASEAN summit, which began Sunday and ends Friday, Chinese state media have stepped up efforts to promote the benefits of what they call an upgrade to the China-ASEAN Free Trade Area, or CAFTA, agreement. Analysts point out that the two sides have not reached agreement on what's being called CAFTA 3.0, and that it remains to be seen whether including China's electric vehicles and e-commerce would benefit Southeast Asian industries that are struggling to compete with their Chinese counterparts. The establishment of a free trade demonstration zone is actually nothing more than the hope that things can be sold into China, Mingfang Tsai, a professor in the Department of Industrial Economics at Taiwan's Tamkang University, told VOA. However, he said the Chinese market is facing a lack of domestic demand and overproduction, leading to price competition. So is the FTA 3.0 really an upgrade? Actually, it is a big question mark, he said by email. Nevertheless, some specific areas in the 3.0 agreement still attract the attention of experts, including its focus on the EV industry. Although ASEAN is also actively developing an EV industry, He Jiangbing, a China-based economist and finance commentator, told VOA if China's major EV manufacturers pour into Southeast Asia through changes in the agreement, it would likely have a huge impact on the local automobile industries. China's mainland started relatively early in new energy vehicles and has developed rapidly for 10 years, but the automotive industry in ASEAN is relatively weak. If China's new energy vehicles are sold in ASEAN, it will be difficult for Southeast Asian traditional car companies to resist, he said. Southeast Asia's own automobile industry will be greatly affected or cease to exist, he said. But Liu Shi, a senior lecturer at the Lee Kuan Yew School of Public Policy at the National University of Singapore, told VOA that most of China's EVs are not getting into Southeast Asia through exports, but through production line transfer similar to joint ventures, so the price war should not cause a negative impact. In the face of the massive entries of the Chinese e-commerce, frankly speaking, these Southeast Asian countries are relatively uncompetitive, said Tsai. Because first, they will not be able to compete with China in marketing and sales. Second, China's own products are cheaper. In a September speech for the Regional Comprehensive Economic Partnership, or RCEP, in Nanning, China, ASEAN Secretary-General Cao Kim-auen called on businesses to take full advantage of the partnerships as they move toward the changes. The agreement was established by China and ASEAN in 2009, and the ASEAN-China Summit announced the launch of negotiations for the changes in November 2022.